My journey through the vet world, it's been like a buffet. A little bit of everything, sometimes too much of some things. I went to school in Saskatoon, so I graduated from Saskatoon in '95, like not even in the same century. Went off to the island and practiced in mixed practice there for 4 years, where I bought into a practice really early. We did on-call there, so we were on call 1 and 2. We did some rescue work there even. My boss and then partner, there was always a litter of kittens or a dog, or there was a lot of people that lived on the beach there that had no money. There was a whole colony of people that lived at Sombrio Beach. They never had any funds they could trade you. So that, I guess the rescue work sort of started there. And then I got married and moved back to Alberta and worked in the city in an urban environment. So we did less of it there because of course there's the SPCA and lots of rescues. Still did wildlife because that was before we had Wild North. And then I was the national medical director of a large corporate group in Canada. And most of our practice had rescue programs. Some of them did more than others, so we really tried to actively support that. And then I ended up here in a rural community, which is my home. I live next door. And yeah, the cats are the obvious. There's a lot of injured stray cats around here. There's a busy highway there. We have had more than I can count dogs in motor vehicle accidents.
The most rewarding aspect of working with rescue animals is kind of seeing from when they come in to when they leave. So that full cycle of coming in, maybe they're not doing the best, they're not in the best health, being able to provide them with the care that they need, and then to find them a loving home where they can spend the rest of their lives and be happy and cared for and loved in a way that they deserve to be.
That's the most rewarding part, is that they do get somebody to advocate for them. They get a second chance and they get a second life.
Lots of the aspects are rewarding, but I would say the most rewarding one is when they do eventually get their forever home.
Getting their trust. They're not always as social or friendly when they come in, so it takes a lot of work to get them there. But just gaining their trust is very nice, and then eventually when they start bringing out their separate personalities and stuff, it's so fun to watch and connect with them.
I guess a lot of things came together to get me down this path of doing rescues, but I think just here the need in our community was pretty obvious. There's not a lot of places for injured, unowned animals to go when you live out in a rural area.
The hardest part of working with rescue animals is it's kind of a bittersweet type thing. The animals can be in the rescue for an extended period of time, and so you really form a bond with them. You're caring for them every day, you're spending time with them every day, so it can be hard to see them go, but in the same sense, it is also so awesome to see them go to a home that is loving and caring.
To see those stories and to see what they have to go through, or how resilient they really have to be. I think it's really sad to see some of their stories. Not all of them are happy endings.
The hardest part, I would have to say, is seeing where they start when they're first brought in.
One of the hardest parts is just forming a connection with them individually, and you always want them to find a home, but it's always a bittersweet feeling because it's like you have your little buddy here every day and then they go find their homes. So it's a bittersweet.
There's a lot of cases that have impacted me a lot. Probably one of the biggest ones that I'll never forget is there was a very serious motor vehicle accident about 10 miles from us. It was a motorhome, and the dogs were critically injured in that accident. The dogs were ejected from the motorhome. One of the dogs, the first responders were able to catch, I think, within the first day. The other dog, who clearly had a broken leg, nobody could catch him. He was running around the highway. It was terrible. I can't remember how many days he was out there, but a bunch of my clients were involved with victim services in Towfield and took it upon themselves to try and catch this dog. So they were sort of tracking the dog, but he was declining. He's not eating or drinking. And they finally caught him one night. I'll never forget. It was a couple named Carmen and Rod that finally caught him, and they brought him in, and he was a disaster. You know, not only is he super stressed, it was a senior dog, but he had a broken leg, he was dehydrated, he hadn't eaten. And I just sort of assumed we were going to be able to get a hold of his owners, because I didn't know the details of the accident at that time, but we couldn't. There was no one to get a hold of. So we had to sort of make decisions the best we could on behalf of this dog. So we ended up just keeping the dog here and doing what we could for him. And I don't know how long he was here, quite a while. The community in Towfield started fundraising for him because we knew he had to have surgery. And when one of the owners finally got out of the hospital and was able to respond back to us and said they weren't going to be in a position to take the dog back after, because of the injuries they had sustained. They were an older couple, and they surrendered him, which they needed to do, and we were just like, oh, okay. I think they started a GoFundMe page. It wasn't through the clinic didn't do it, it was a community group did, and they raised enough money, and we took that dog to Guardian. A lady from really far away ended up driving all the way here to adopt him, and honestly, like the second he saw her, he like jumped into her truck and she had a bed made up and just laid there like, oh, this was meant to be. Like, it's like he knew it was his person.
It is just so important to know that there are so many animals that are available to be rescued and to find their forever homes and to have that second chance at life that they might not get otherwise.
The word that I would use to sum up working with rescue animals is rewarding.
Important.
Second chance.
Fulfilling.
Hope.
I think that every animal deserves a chance to find its forever home.